Welcome. Today is Sunday, May 17th, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. 9:30? Well, I guess it pretty much is 9:30 at this point.
9:20?
Episode 231 of the Sundering. What do we have on deck for you tonight? Well, we have a very special guest with us, Bacon News, and our usual gaming news as well. Welcome to the Sundering. It's a guaranteed disaster, like eating a burrito before sex.
The Sundering is an explicit podcast which may not be suitable for children, people with delicate sensibilities, animals under 10 pounds, certain towns in Idaho, citizens of Liechtenstein, members of the clergy, fans of the show Cop Rock, and vegans.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Well, let's start the insanity.
This is the Sundering Podcast with your host, Seraphis.
Self-replicating bacon. I don't like that chick's cutting my hair because we wouldn't want it to get weird or anything.
Rapist.
He adds to the show and everyone gets upset. This is great. I know they say this, but I don't care.
And Zia.
Hi, Slurp. I'm so full of hate. I'm not sure what a podcast is. Slavery is different than a fish.
Oh my gosh, that thing is so awesome.
Alright, so welcome to episode 231. You can catch more flies with honey, but you can catch more honeys being fly. I'm Seraphis. And Ray, as you can see, is not here. He is dealing with pizza emergencies, but for a good reason. Well, because people need pizza. And I'm joined by, well, no, Zia, your funny intro cannot be fries before guys. Good evening. And we are joined by a very special guest.
He's a lizard man.
He is a lizard man. He is making his first game. He is friends with Jason Anarchy, which is always baffling whenever we find a friend of his. He is the creator of a game called Mangaka on Kickstarter. Welcome, Jason.
Thank you. It's nice to be on.
So for those of you who are watching the video feed, you can see that Jason's Twitter is at Mockman, like right below his name. And we're calling him Jason, so please don't get confused.
Or lizard man.
Or lizard man. He's got a lizard.
Be.
He's got a lizard. So for those of you who are listening to this on audio, you're missing out on crazy prop shenanigans. It's like Carrot Top showed up here.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man, no, I need. Oh, maybe my dog will come join us. I do have a small dog. They jump into my lap during the show, so that's the only prop.
That's okay. We love animals.
I will pull up my dog. He is right over there, laying underneath a Justice League blanket.
Oh, he's laying under his blanket.
Yep. He's stirring. He hears me. He hears me talking about him. I can't talk about him anymore.
Can dogs Skype together? I mean, I know they don't care. I mean, do you think that we will finally break the dog Skype barrier and they can?
I think we may need to try and figure out how to make that happen on the show before we end it.
Do you think one dog will turn its butt to the camera and while the other dog sniffs it, and vice versa?
I'm wondering. My dog doesn't necessarily get along with other dogs, so I'm wondering if he'll start barking.
Really, Apollo doesn't?
Yeah. I think he'd probably start barking. He is very territorial. He may think that you're trying to come through my computer.
Oh my god,
that might be pretty epic. We may have to try this out later.
Yeah, man, just gonna let your dog watch those J horror movies. You know, he'll get all like freaked out.
So who joined us here tonight?
Oh yeah, let's see. Let's take a look at the chat room. We got a Silent, Adam, Broom, Chef, Old Jen, Will, Joe, Lawbringer, Razor, Rob, Toasty Posty, and Velvet Dove. And I feel like I'm missing. I mean, I don't know if I've loaded. I loaded it, but
no, you're probably fine. This is the people who figure out how to set their DVR or are not watching NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, Game of Thrones.
Competing against a lot of things, huh?
There's a lot. Whatever.
Riddle me this. I thought Game went live. It went live on HBO last night, right? But it goes live on streaming tonight. Is that how it works?
No. Game of Thrones is live right now, and if you have HBO Now, you also get to listen to it. But if you have HBO Go and you're not watching it, then you'll get it tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
How do you keep that straight?
I'm confused.
Why? Because I've been investigating cord cutting for like the better part of a year.
Oh, you want to make sure you can still get Game of Thrones.
So I have been all over the map trying to figure out how to really stick it to Comcast. I really dislike them. For those of you who have never heard me bitch about Comcast before, Well, go back a few episodes. I'm sure you'll find an episode where I have a
about
long,
every episode at this point.
insane rant about their shenanigans. All right, so welcome to those of you who are in the chat room, and welcome to all those who are listening to us at home in your car ride to work. Please don't get in an accident. We're sorry ahead of time. Our ads, Amazon, Newegg, Jinx, and Groupon. Come to our site, click through our links, add stuff to your cart, check out. No cost to you. It helps us out, pays for server costs and all that other good stuff. iTunes.
Stick it to the man.
Yes. Stick it to... Yeah, we're taking money from the man. We're not taking money from you. We wouldn't ask you for money. But if you want to donate for money, there's a PayPal link somewhere on our site. We don't really know where it is anymore. Then we have iTunes and Stitcher. If you listen to us on either of those platforms, rate us 5 stars, drop us a review. We love to read that stuff. And if you're listening to us on Stitcher in your car, thumbs up us, as to your favorites list, and all that good stuff. So this is the part where we normally sit around and wait for our third co-host, Ray, to finally say, what's everyone doing? And we try and stall for time, but we don't need to do that. So Jason, as the guest, how has your week been? What have you been doing? Tell us something exciting, please.
Exciting. Okay, I was in Toronto last weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been basically the last month and a half, I've been all working on the Kickstarter for Mangaka. And I've been going to comic conventions and doing this and that and dropping off cards at the game store and playtesting it with kids at the Cartoon Art Museum here in San Francisco.
I was going to ask about that. Okay.
Oh, yeah. And, I've been doing a lot of stuff on that. I'm also working on a, I don't know if you've seen them, but I do these walkthrough maps of Dungeons and Dragons adventures for Wizards of the Coast. And I'm working on one right now that's almost finished. So... yeah, I've just been balancing various nerdy things. Yeah, we even had to push our D&D campaign back this week. So it's too crazy, man. And we just made our Kickstarter. We made our $25,000.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're at
that
exciting news is you made your Kickstarter. That's...
which by the way, I'm going to put that link in the chat room right now. Oh. And we'll have that in our show notes as well.
Yeah.
So.
We have 1 week to go, so it is. It's not too late to get your Mangaka game, tchotchkes, posters, original art, blah blah, and all that other delicious Mangaka stuff and stretch goals. So.
I have so many questions and I can't wait to get to them because
I know I am like chomping at the bit, like
yeah.
So before, because some people may have joined us late, what are you drinking over there? What do you got?
Okay, I am drinking let's see, I'm drinking a Blue Moon Belgian white ale. I actually don't normally drink this, but one of the players brought over a 6-pack at our last game, and I'm also drinking a Snapple, just to keep the caffeine on one side and alcohol on the other.
What flavor Snapple is going with?
Is it regular?
It's lemon Snapple. It's a regular.
Okay. So it's like a shandy. It's
yeah. You're correct. It is.
It's pretty close to a shandy.
Just with beer. I mean, I could liquor it up, but I plan to be with you for the whole time, so I don't want to I don't want to fall out of the realm of consciousness too fast. But
that's okay. Some of our best shows is when we get completely shit-faced along with our guests. So I mean, it's
yeah.
I think some of those are the most memorable. All right. So Zia, what about yourself?
Oh boy. Okay. So as I mentioned before we ran the intro, I have been dealing with a bit of a head cold, sore throat. So if I sound a little wonky, I apologize. So yeah, I've had that for a couple days now. Other than that, it's been a nice week. I played some Heroes of the Storm with Sir Culligan, Sean, Fimless, and Adam, and we see Sarah has a cold too. I know.
Aww.
Oh,
Bourbon went down the wrong pipe there.
I know, he has a hot toddy. It's
yeah. All right, I'm good.
You're right there.
I'm gonna live.
Got you all choked up.
You did.
Right. So and we won. It was a really it was a good gaming session with them. I am taking my my optician's test on Tuesday. So wish me luck in that. And
wait, hold on. What does that mean?
So the person who puts glasses on your face when you go to the doctor's office, that's an optician. And
wait, is that like the person who pulls down the big machine and goes like, lens 1, lens 2?
Optometrist.
Okay.
Or an ophthalmologist. But the optician is the one that helps you pick the glasses and you know,
There's actually a test for that?
takes your money. Yeah, there's a test for it.
Wow.
There's a lot that goes into it. Yeah. You have to know, like, lens designs, and if somebody's prescription is this, what kind of lens should they have? And you don't have to have the license in certain states, but it just makes you look like a total badass if you have it. So I'm going for it.
I am totally going to ask the Target rep that gives me my glasses for cheap. Like, if
they are a like an optician, did they have their optician's license or their ABO?
Yeah, I want to see your license. License and registration.
A lot of folks don't
do an over the Skype eye exam because you know, I think I unpacked.
So yeah, I'm going to do that on Tuesday, and I'm a little nervous, but we'll see. Hopefully this cold will be gone by then. But wish me luck. Yes, thank you. And let's see. I have to my left here. I just want to show it off. I bought a Funko Pop for Mark.
Nice.
It's,
why is it still in the box?
Wait.
Because Mark keeps things in the box. I don't know, but it's Jane from Firefly.
I mean, is he really ever going to sell it?
No, I don't know why.
Then take it out of the box. If you're going to say, like, you know what, I'm going to buy this with the intention of letting it jump up in value and then selling it, then, yeah, leave it in the box.
I
But
bought him Jane, and he put it, like, up above his desk, and he didn't take it out of the box.
I mean, look, I got, like, Spider-Man over here.
I know.
And, like, I got, here's, like, Magneto, and...
I was like, look, it's a man called Jane, Mark. I got it for you. He kept it in the box. And I'm like, it's so lame, but it's really cool. So, Firefly Funko Pops are like a thing, and which is really neat. So, I thought I'd show everybody that. And then other than that, I watched some more. I think Jason hopefully will appreciate this. I've been watching Cowboy Bebop, and so we watched.
Awesome!
Yeah, we watched a couple more. Yeah, so I watched a little bit of it when it was on. I think they had it on like Adult Swim like many years ago, and I never watched it in order. And my husband he had heard of it but had never watched it, and I was like, dude, we've got to watch this show. And so,
it's great stuff.
Yeah, it's such a cool it's just really neat. So we're only like on episode 8, so we're not too deep.
Awesome. You have much more to watch. You can binge on it all. So.
Yeah. So it was a good week. Other than that, not too many video games in my life this week, but hopefully we'll change it next week. Dave, how was your week?
Well, first off, I am drinking hot tea with bourbon, which I told in the pre-show, because I'm also dealing with a head cold. This is what happens when Zia comes to visit me, and we get up close next to each other. And breathe on each other during a show. We both get the same thing, and I'm drinking a hot tea because there's people on Twitter who said, you know, drink some hot tea and put some bourbon in.
It really does help.
So yeah, I'm rocking it. This is good stuff. All right, and so other than dealing with that for the past week, I know a lot of people got really angry with like the Supergirl trailer. That got released. Right. But my daughter, who is 4, for those of you who don't know, was so excited about it. Like, she couldn't stop watching it. And to me, that is just, like, really exciting. To know that, like, my daughter is just, like, super excited about, like, a geeky show. You know, there's parts of it that, like, I'm like, I'm not all that excited about. But the fact that she's excited about it, I'm excited about it now, too. So, I also bought Final Fantasy VI on my iPad. I have not I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet, but it's because of all you people kept telling me that Final Fantasy VI was great, and I kept telling you that Final Fantasy VII was my first. So
you've never played 6?
Never played 6.
Oh boy!
Enjoy that sweet sprite artwork, and it's good stuff.
It's a great game. Oh man, and Kefka is like, you think Sephiroth is bad? Like, Kefka is.
Sephiroth was
twisted
bad dude, man.
Kefka is like, the thing about Kefka is he's just like, he wants to watch the world burn. Like, he is just a mad. Oh, you'll see.
Don't spoil it. The game's only.
I gotta just shut my mouth now. Shut my mouth.
You're like a horrible person. Let's see. I got to play some Disney Infinity. I did the Spider-Man playset. I mean, go figure, right? I mean, Spider-Man mug, Spider-Man Funko Pop. So, Of course, it's my daughter's. The Disney Infinity. I was just play testing it to make sure it was okay for her. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. And I played some Heroes of the Storm. I won 3 quick matches. I played 2 of those with Callie from Hotscast. She says that I played all right. I played another game actually today before the. I played another game with her today, and we played it with. I know she probably doesn't want me to tell it, but she invited me into this group, and there was a whole bunch of real big noobs on there, and we were completely uncoordinated, and we got our butts handed to us, so it was bad. Also, big news from the World of Warcraft front: our guild, Phalanxanod, finally killed Blackhand. He is down, so well done. Good job, crew. With that being said, I can't go into the interview until, so I was doing yard work today, and there's this bush at the front of our yard, in front of our driveway, and I was like, there's some dead leaves in there. Let me get those out of there, and I decided to just reach in there and grab a whole bunch of leaves. Well, as I grabbed something came slithering. For those of you who can't see, something came slithering right out from inside my hands. By the way, I was wearing gloves, but it was about 3 feet, about a yard long or so, and yeah, it was a snake. I don't know what kind of snake it was because I immediately went into Donatello mode. I grabbed the rake, snapped the snake up, and I flung it into the street. It stayed there until a car ran over it, and then it was pretty much dead. And then, so yeah.
You flung it?
I flung it. I grabbed it with like the little teeth end, and I just flung it. So,
oh my gosh.
Now, I know what everyone's probably thinking. It was probably just a garden snake, and you're probably right. It probably was. But as the story will go on, I will tell my kids that it was the most dangerous poisonous snake in the world.
There was an anaconda in the front
yard. There was an
yard.
anaconda.
Make it a boa constrictor. They're like 20 feet long. That's much more.
I will do whatever I can. This story will grow every single year. If you ever seen the movie Big Fish, this is what's going to happen. I'm just going to warn everybody.
You mean like Anaconda featuring Nicki Minaj? Is that what you're talking about?
Wait, she was in that movie?
Wait, what? You've never seen that video?
No, the movie Anaconda with like Ice Cube.
Oh, and Jennifer Lopez.
No, there's a sequel now. It's a short video.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
And you need to do yourself a favor, sir, and go watch it, but probably not in front of your wife or your children.
How'd
in
your
fact,
kids
you can just shut the door quietly.
So I should hide my kids, hide my wife.
Before you watch Nicki Minaj's Anaconda video? Yeah.
All right. Apparently, I have earned, per the chat room, I have earned the Snake Tosser achievement. So. All right. We have our interview. So, Jason, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
All right.
What the hell's wrong with you? Does my ass look weird?
What is your profession? Where's my money?
What do you think, I'm some kind of pervert or something?
Am I missing a tooth?
That name sounds like royalty. Are you royalty?
Wow, what does that mean?
Do you suck dick?
What's not to love?
What's your excuse?
Are you off your fucking meds or something?
Are you shook up? Are you nervous?
So are you? Are you nervous?
I was born ready.
All right.
All right.
All right. So okay. So let's start this off. So Mangaka is your game.
Mangaka.
Mangaka. She's
Manga.
I would say manga. I'm sorry.
I got him, Jason.
Mangaka. All right. Mangaka.
I know. I have a habit of saying manga too. Like.
You know.
So it is your tabletop game on Kickstarter that is it is successfully funded, and as of recording this, there's a week left, so it's on to stretch goals for you. But for those of you who don't know, it kind of feels like it's a Pictionary meets comics meets card game. So why don't you tell everyone a little bit about the game itself?
Yeah, you're right. Mangaka is like Pictionary for comics. Basically, it's a card/drawing game where you play a comic artist seeking fame, and over 4 rounds, you draw a page each round, and each round you have 5 minutes to draw and write, since it's a comic. And at the end of the game, you got a 4-page comic, and one lucky winner has the most fame and is crowned the king of manga artists or comic artists, if you want to translate it from the Japanese. So yeah, it is kind of like Pictionary, but it's got more of like an ongoing storytelling element. Whereas with Pictionary, it's just like draw the Civil War, draw Arnold Schwarzenegger, draw a dinosaur, stuff like that.
It was like, as one of the folks from your video was like, oh, it's like Once Upon a Time. And I thought of that game when I was like watching the video and reading about it. I was like, oh, it is like Once Upon a Time, because you tell it, it's like an ongoing, like you tell a story. It's not just like, here, draw this one thing.
Yeah. Well, so basically, yeah. So there's two sets of cards in the game, and the way it works is there's the two decks are trends and themes, and themes are like subject matter, like robots, aliens, and forbidden love. And so the way the game starts is each player draws 3 theme cards. So say you draw those 3, and you have to somehow do a comic that expresses just like about the forbidden love between aliens and robots, for example. And you're judged each round by the other players on whether you're able to express these themes in your comic in some way. And since you only have 5 minutes to draw, it's not like it's so much. It's not like it's about who can draw the coolest robot or whatever. If you just have someone saying the word robots, then that technically counts, and you technically get points for that, right?
So stick figures, perfectly okay.
Yeah,
because the chat room is like, I can only draw stick figures, so.
Well, that's why it's got a time limit, right? Because it levels the playing field. In fact, often people who are like really hotshot artists who draw a lot, they often run out of time and don't pay attention to that aspect of the game, and they will be their perfectionism will destroy them. And in almost every game that we've played, people who are more stick figure-y are competitive or actually beat the ass off of people who are more artisty. And that's how we intended to design it. You know, I mean, because like if you think of like Rock Band or Guitar Hero, it's not like people are like, oh, I can't play that. I don't know how to do music. You know, I mean, we wanted to make a game that's more accessible and not just like a game that only like super hotshot artists will want to play in front of their figure drawing class.
Dude, I am ready to go head to head with James Hetfield. Because I can shred on some Guitar Hero.
Yes.
I can clearly play the guitar now. Clearly. All right. So my wife was really worried when I kind of showed her some of the rules and some of the cards that I was going to tell a lot of stories that involve farts.
Well, you must have looked at the toilet humor card. That is one of the themes. We recommend. We're not sure whether to mark the game for ages 10 and up or 13 and up. I've actually removed many of what were once my favorite cards because just to keep it because kids and tweens love to draw and so we don't have too many cards that reflect the raunchier side of anime and manga. Because you could. If you're playing with a bunch of like adults, they will fill that in automatically. We have many play tests where I was not able to get a single page that I could show online.
But I believe that per your rules, that if you like use the word fart as like a noise, like it's okay. Like those are allowed. Those are allowed as much as you want.
Yeah, there's a distinction in the game. There's 3 core rules of the game. The first one is you got to express your themes, so like your 3 themes. You get points. These are what you get points for. You get points for expressing your themes as judged by the other players, like making sure there's aliens, robots, and forbidden love in your comic. And then this can lead to like, depending on who you're playing with and how sticklery they want to be, this can lead to discussions like, but is their love really forbidden? I don't see any forbiddenness there, and stuff like that, But it's not. But that depends. So you got to know your audience. You got to know whether you're playing with people who are easygoing or whether you're playing with real jerks, and that's fine. You can do it either way because when their turn comes around, you can be just as tough.
As an asshole to them
about it. And the second way, I was about to use my middle finger to use the number 2, but the second way,
that's perfectly acceptable.
The second way you're judged is you get points for filling every panel. And each round you got 5 minutes to draw, but each round you have there's pre-printed pages, and each round you have more panels to fill. So it goes from 2 panels to 4 panels to 6 panels, and then the last round to 8 panels. And you have the same amount of time. And you just got to draw something in this, like even if it's just like a stick figure or like the sun in the corner or like, a smiley face, it's all good, but you got to fill it with something. And when it's like when the timer is going down and there's more stuff to keep track of, sometimes people will lose track of it in those final rounds. Anyways, but what I was getting to, the third core rule is you can only draw 3 word balloons per round. And so yes, the word fart, if it's coming out of someone's butt or some butt-like object, would count as a sound effect and that's free. You can use as many sound effects as you like.
Oh, but, Sarah would abuse that one.
That's right. Yeah, no, it's meant to be abused. The rule is many more loopholes you can exploit, the better. But if you were to have someone say, "Oh, I farted," then that obviously is a word balloon. And if you have too many word balloons, then you don't get as many points, because if you have too many word balloons, your readers will not have the patience for your comic. You know, even if it's about farts, they won't be able to sit through all that complicated dialogue. You know, you gotta tell. So that's to encourage people to tell visually. So although you could just have stick figures and have them just talking in every panel, you know, you gotta space it out. It's better to space it out a little, not just have tons of talking, or you won't get maximum point value. Basically. So yes, that's why. Yes, you can have as much farting in your comic as you want. That's the short answer.
I am pleased with your answer. So what got you into creating this game? What made you say, I want to sit down and create a tabletop game, and this is what I'm going to do?
Well,
I'm sure your background probably really contributed. Sorry.
Well,
Yeah, why don't you just answer the question for him, Zia?
I'm sorry. All right.
Jason, we no longer need you. I'm just going to ask all the questions, Zia. She'll be your speaker box here.
All right, Zia, I'm going to transfer the answers into your brain. Well, as Zia was saying, I spent 10 years working at Viz, which is that was my first job out of college, I think. I was working for Viz, which is the company that produces the English versions of Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, One Piece, Full Metal Alchemist, and a bunch of other anime and manga. So that was a pretty sweet gig for an anime fan, and so I worked as an editor there and I worked on the English. I basically produced the English editions of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, the comic, and so I really always loved anime and manga, and I'm really I'm pretty absorbed in those tropes, and I love that style, and and I also love gaming, but I've never made money off of gaming. That's my advice, like drink or horse racing, I've always wanted to do something that combined gaming and also sort of anime and manga, but I also generally love comics. The game Mangaka could just as easily be called I don't know, Comic Master or something like that, right? And just have like a more Western sort of flavor to the game, because that's an aspect of the game, but it's a superficial aspect. I mean, there's not like any kind of style cop involved in the game. There's not like the character's eyes aren't big enough, or stuff like that. But I'm familiar with anime and manga, and I think it kicks ass, and so I decided I just go with that sort of style for the game. And so there's some cards like kaiju / giant monsters, and ninja and stuff like that. But it's not like about like deep otaku knowledge, right? It's just I wanted to sort of give it that flavor, rather than like having it be based on like, I don't know, Garfield or something like that,
I can ask more. I was just wondering. I thought maybe
I can hop in too. I have my questions too.
I know you do. That's why I was like. I mean,
okay.
I have a whole bunch
fine.
here.
I'm jumping in.
Oh.
So did you know that you have a Wikipedia page? Like a legit Wikipedia page.
Hold on, I gotta look this up now.
It is legit. Like, it's got your picture. Like, yeah.
Yes, that's correct. You have to look for Jason Thompson, writer, because there's also a Jason, there's a basketball player, a baseball player, an actor. There's a lot of people from the 1970s named Jason. It's kind of a plague.
Yeah, like it's legit. Like somebody, did you know the person? Did you know the people who like made it? Or I just think it's cool.
No, I don't know who made it. But they haven't listed Mangaka yet, so I don't know where they are.
No, they didn't. Yeah.
So if you're out there, Wikipedia editor, you can always just shill Mangaka for me on my Wikipedia page, just a little more.
Yeah, because I was looking at it, I was like, oh my gosh, like you're the first editor of the U.S. edition of Shonen Jump, and I was like, holy shit!
Oh yeah, that's right.
That is one hell of a thing to put under your name. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna Google him, and it like popped right up. It was awesome.
Thank you.
So,
that's
it was
pretty
more
awesome.
It was more of like a useless, like that's pretty sweet, fucking cool.
Coolness.
Anyway, sorry.
Not bad, sir.
No.
Yeah. No, I think it's awesome. I think
Well, I also I love comics. I actually I worked for Viz for like 10 years, and I actually left to do my own comics and my own projects. So because at Viz I was editing this stuff, and so what that meant was I was like, I would like decide like how characters' names would get translated, or how things would get said in English and stuff like that, and I'd write like the text on the back of books and things like that, And for Shonen Jump, I was involved in picking the lineup and like the articles and stuff like that. But I wanted to do more projects I wanted to do more of my own projects, So I sort of decided to move in that direction.
So you're probably going to go right to where I was going to say. Well, one of our chat rooms, they actually said like, how much leeway were you given when you were doing editing? Was it pretty strict, or were you able to modify things within reason for more of a Western appeal?
It kind of we actually had a lot of leeway, but it depends sort of on the time period. Because when I first started working at Viz in like 1996, and then the fandom was a totally different world of fandom, right? Because the internet wasn't really nearly as developed, and just like people, I mean, we didn't have as great a communication with fans. So it's not like today where where pretty much everything that comes out in Japan is like is available as illegal scans on the internet like 24 hours later, right? So basically, there wasn't as much communication. We were more of a vacuum, and also at the time, the people who worked there, like the translators, were encouraged to get more. At this point, I was basically just starting out there, and so I wasn't editing any big titles yet. I didn't really start doing that until like 98 or 99. But basically, anyways, it kind of depended. Back then, we had people more
Mm.
leeway because people weren't watching us as closely, and so there were some really weird decisions that got made. And then, like, starting in like the 2000s, the internet anime and manga culture got a lot more developed, and it's like when we were doing like Naruto, people would be like, "Hey, you mistranslated this move name," and we were working with different translators, and some of them were very literal, which basically is what things ended up going towards, which is good. And other people were more like, let's just totally make this more appealing to Westerners, and would like make various changes. And as the editor, I was sort of, I had veto power for all of that, and I think that our English editions got to be more, they were a little more literal, faithful than some of the anime that's coming out at the time. Because like the Dragon Ball and Yu-Gi-Oh anime, I worked on the comic of both of those, and the anime version of Yu-Gi-Oh, for instance, should you want to watch it for some reason, that was much more heavily censored.
I watched those when they first came out.
Yeah, so I worked on the comic.
Huh.
Yeah, we got to put in all the weird stuff that wasn't in the anime. Because broadcast TV standards are really strict, but you can have people's heads get chopped off in comics for 13-year-olds, and no one cares.
Oh yeah, they're very visceral.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool.
I just remember working at GameStop in college, and we sold a crap ton of Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Like, kids would come in, and they would just buy the crap out of some cards. Like, did you have any part in that, of creating the cards? Or?
Not really. We were in communication with the card people, but, but we weren't like, we would just be like, hey, give us the translation of this card, or like, what are you calling this card? And they'd be like, we're calling it the Black Dragon Warrior or whatever, right? And then we'd be like, okay. And like, okay, this card is translated as the Black Dragon Warrior. Because but they were a lot stricter than us in terms of what they allowed. Like a lot of pretty much almost all cards that have anything like death in the title were changed into something else. And there was a lot of card art that was changed into something less gruesome or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, like there was one card where a guy is like it's called Nightmare Cross, and a guy is like being chained up to a cross, and they're like, whoa. And I'm the kind of person who I would leave that in, but at that point things were getting a little stricter on this. They didn't want to offend people, and so at that point I think there was someone above my head was like, oh no, we got to change that. So we changed it to like even in the comic we had to change it to like a guy strap. We changed it to Nightmare Grid or something like that, and it's a guy strap. We just added some extra bars to the cross. So it's all kind of little stuff like this. But Yeah, but I like all the weird. I like all the weird and inappropriate stuff. So I like all the problematic faves.
Well, then, if you like weird and inappropriate things, what type of tabletop games do you actually enjoy playing?
Well, I love tabletop RPGs. I did a series, actually, a graphic novel series that I wrote and a friend drew called King of RPGs, which is about it's about a man's quest to become the greatest dungeon master in the world. So it's kind of like a Shonen Jump meets Penny Arcade. And we did 2 books of that. In terms of beyond tabletop RPGs, I love. I have like a variety of stuff. The games that I have in the house right now, and that we play the most, probably are. I love betrayal mechanism games like Shadows over Camelot, Battlestar Galactica, Betrayal at House on the Hill.
I love that game.
Yeah,
Betrayal
dude,
at House
it's so
on the Hill.
good.
I always get the name wrong. Like I always call it like the house that's on the haunted hill that's betrayed. Like I love that game. It's so fun. Sorry.
No, it's great. And I've played it like a jillion times, but I've still only played, there's still like more than half of the different scenarios that we haven't run. It's such a deep game. It's crazy. Robo Rally. My wife loves Robo Rally. She always kicks ass at that game. There's a game I recently bought called Ugtect, which is a game where you play cavemen. And you have to like do a construction project. Basically, there's 2 teams. One team leader has to tell the other team mate how to do a construction project with these little building blocks according to a diagram. But they can't show them the diagram. They just have to communicate with them, but they can't use language. They have to like do like grunts and beat them on the head with this inflatable club. Yeah, so I like a variety of weird games. Wiz War, I like Wiz War. That's another kind of semi-old one. Cosmic Encounter, So yeah, I'm all about the tabletop games.
Any games that you try that you just couldn't get into?
There's a gaming cafe up in Seattle where I used to live called Cafe Mox, which rules. It's such a great place. You can check out games there while you're having your drink and play them because it's half game store, half cafe. There was some game there that I was playing. There was like a worker placement game. It was so boring that we just all agreed to stop after the first round. But I can't remember the name, so that's good. That's good. So I don't have to badmouth them. I can just settle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Oh man, if I confess this, the internet's gonna come down my throat. I don't like Dominion as much as other people.
Oh,
that's fine.
Okay.
I think you're okay. I think I think you'll live. I don't think you'll live.
You'll be all right.
So
no one here will come after you.
What features of a tabletop game do you actually find fun? What? Because you kind of mentioned like tabletop RPGs. You mentioned that a lot.
Yeah.
So is that one of the main core components that you look for, or is it something else?
Well, I love a certain amount of acting or a creative aspect of the game. I mean, that's definitely Mangaka is primarily a creative game, and that's that was a big inspiration. I like well, but going beyond that, I mean, I like I don't know. There's a lot of different things I like. I kind of think I do like games with boards and some kind of spatial component, if that makes sense.
Yep.
I like games with a random element, maybe even a heavy random element. I like games with different, where there's basically different powers for the character, and there's a certain amount of imbalance can be exciting. Like in Cosmic Encounter, one of my favorite games of all time. There's some really imbalanced powers that it's capable of using. Now I'm speaking in kind of really abstract terms, though. I mean, there's a lot of games that I like.
So to Joe in our chat room, he's like, Monopoly, yay or nay?
Oh man, I mean, why when there's so many better games out there? I don't know. I played it when I was a kid, and of course, like everyone probably, I made up my own rules for Monopoly to make it more exciting, right? Where you could mug other players and stuff like that. But
no, I've never played that version, but I kind of want to now.
Well, yeah, I know. This is the version they made when I was like 16. I'm sure someone else has made a better version. But yeah, I don't know, Monopoly.
I mean, if you get the car piece and you land on the same spot as someone else, you could do a drive-by shooting, take like $100 from them, right?
Unless they're wearing the hats, in which case they can. I don't know. What would the hat do? I mean, I'm confused.
You could like take it off, and there's like something hidden underneath it, and you just like.
Hey, if you're the hat piece and you own all 4 railroads, you immediately get double the amount because you're king of the hobos.
You get...
Right? Yeah, we I feel like we should make up our own Monopoly rules. Now.
Yes.
I feel like we can get it can get weird. I think it can get weird. So let's go back to Mangaka. See, I said it right? Yes. Okay. So depending upon the success of this game, so you've already gotten your Kickstarter. You know, any thoughts of where you're going to take it next? Are you going to take it? Are you going to take it to expansions, or are you looking at maybe trying to see if you can incorporate it on drawing devices like iOS or people with Wacom pads or?
Well, we've already we got our stretch goals right now. We got a week left, and our stretch goals are there's 2 that we've announced so far. The first one is to add a timer to the game, because I mean, basically time limit is like a major element of the game. But basically, there's, you know, we figured you could use any timer like on an iPhone or Android or even on any computer or phone. But of course, it would be nice to have an actual like timer that's specifically made for the game and to have it in there. But those are pretty pricey, and so that's one of our stretch goals. We could add it. It would be really cool if we did. I mean, the game, you know, you can play the game with any kind of clock timer. And the other addition would be to add more cards, because currently we're having currently we're probably going to have 108 theme cards, which are the subject matter cards, and 52 trend cards. And trend cards are different, they're different like genres or fads that come and go, right? Because they basically change the victory conditions. Because in order to truly become famous and gain lots of fame points, you have to pander to what is trendy, right? So maybe in one game, science fiction could be trendy, or horror, or action, or sports, or destruction, or long word balloons, or this or that. So there's 52 of these cards, and they all represent different genres and different things that kind of shape your comic. And these are like universal cards that affect the whole board, unlike your themes, which only you have to deal with, right? And they come and go and change each round. So yeah, I would like to add more of those cards. And I mean, it would be fun to if we really get enough loot, enough rewards from the hardworking game-loving people of this great world. I mean, it would be cool to do expansions. There's lots of ways we could do expansions based on particular genres. Like, it'd be cool to do like a American comic superhero themed expansion, for instance. You know, we could do the underground comics expansion with all of the really questionably adult cards. We could. There's a lot of ways that we could go with it. So yeah, there's many. I don't know. There's the sky is the limit, and you know, you just need to support Mangaka on the Kickstarter. Blah 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 blah. You know. So yeah, I mean, I'm super excited, and we've been playtesting this game for like 4 years. It's gone through like a billion versions. So it's really exciting to see it so close to coming out.
To coming to fruition. So
yes.
I was gonna ask. I almost jumped in earlier and asked this question, but I held off. But I saw where you had an 8th grader in the video who seemed really, really excited about the game, and I was going to ask if you had tested it in classrooms, because I could just see it as a good way of getting kids to write, because I think sometimes it's hard. You sit down, like you put a piece of paper in front of a kid, and they're like, okay, now write a short story, or like tell us a story, and it's like, oh my god, like they don't have that brainstorming process, and so I was just curious if you had used that or thought about it.
We have play tested it. I play tested it with both adults and kids, and we've done play test at various school library events. Also with we've play tested it with high school and college students at art classes. And with the usual 20s and 30s nerds that I seem to hang out with, yeah, I mean, I think it's a great game for kids. I mean, there's some basically. There was one reviewer who looked at it, and he's a parent, so he scrutinized the cards from a parent's perspective.
Sure. Is this safe for my kid? And
and actually, he was very positive. He thought that maybe going at it from the most strict way, that maybe 6 cards out of the 150 that he might want to remove. Like for instance, one of the themes is guns, right? And another one, there's another one of the trends is horror trend, which rewards you for having a horror theme, and also for killing off characters, right? So there's some stuff like that you might not, depending on your your tolerance and what's appropriate, we feel is appropriate. You might want to not want to have in a classroom setting, and that's why I'm on the fence about whether to say that the game is for like ages 10 and up, or say
13
12.
or up.
Yeah, but certainly kids love it. So at least the kids who show up for a playtest love it. I mean, maybe there's some shyness is also a problem. Is also a problem or concern with anybody. But that's a factor whether they're kids or whether they're 30.
Yeah.
So the art that is on the box.
The art is fantastic.
Did you do all that?
I didn't.
Okay. I was about to say, because that is amazing.
He had some help from his friends.
I mean, it is amazing art. Like, all throughout, like, your Kickstarter page. I'm, like, just looking at it, and I'm like, it's amazing stuff.
Well, I spent a lot of time finding what I thought was just the best artists that I could. I do art, but my art is a slightly different style, and so for the game I wanted someone who really had a very manga and anime style down, and also was a good painter, right? Because typically when I think of manga and anime artwork, a lot of people who work in that style that are working kind of in comics, and so they have more of like a flat style with like strong black lines and sort of fill colors, if that makes sense. But I wanted someone who I wanted someone who was more painterly. So the artists are EK, I will type in their magical Twitter handles.
Thank you.
It's EK is EK no Kappa, and then the interior art is by Eric Muentes or Woofy Cakes on Twitter, and he freaking rules. He's really good. I'm just gonna Twitter this to you. Right. So yeah, I'm really happy with the art that we got. EK, I actually discovered him because he'd done art for this Japanese tabletop RPG, Golden Sky Stories. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, yeah, they're good folks.
Very cool.
The information is coming your way. You can.
And the exciting thing is, I've been watching, and it looks like you've gotten a few more backers since we started doing the interview. So, I mean, that's...
Yeah. All
yes.
right.
Oh, my God. Thank you. Thank you, MW Chase. Thank you, Steve.
So that's always awesome.
I think I had one more question, then we'll go into our rapid fire. So, do you have a... what is your happy place when you need to go and do any kind of thing for, beginning the creative process? If you need to write or edit, or if you're starting something new, do you have I'm going to have this food and this drink at 6 a.m. and I'm going to be in this spot? What gets you your creative juices flowing?
I like to be drinking hot coffee in like a cafe or someplace that's someplace that's not my house, or maybe my house if necessary. But yeah, I like to just chill. I like to just have a moment to chill with like a mocha or some other frou-frou latte type drink in a cafe, and usually start working by sketching on paper. And anything.
Hey, stop peeing on air!
Sorry.
Let's
put more bourbon in here.
Yeah, I'm kind of fueled by coffee, and I also like to get out of the house and to go strange places. So.
Cool.
So
yeah, chat room is. Oh, go ahead.
So let me ask you. So, are you doing this game full time now, or are you also do you have another job, or how are you pursuing this as like a career, or what's the next step for you?
I'm a full-time freelance artist, and I also do some editing. I work on the manga section of Otaku USA magazine, and I do a column for Anime News Network. So I do some work in the anime and the manga business still, but mostly I do artwork. I have a webcomic called The Stiff at mockman.com. I do artwork for Wizards of the Coast when I can, and for some other gaming companies too. So yeah, I mean, I love I draw, and I draw, and the designing games part is new for me, but it's super fun. You know, so that is the new addition to the mix, is the game design, which is really a real new challenge from anything I've done before.
So, so one question that we always now, you said you're a freelance artist. Do you take commissions from anyone, or is it only for commercial?
I do take private commissions. So the answer is yes.
Okay.
Cool.
So if, because usually I'll always talk with either podcasters or content creators who really want some like fresh artwork, either a logo design or some characters drawn of them. Like they don't want like their real picture; they want like a more cartoon or even anime or a manga type style up. And if they wanted to get something done and they wanted to contact you, where would be the best place for them to do that?
Well, they can contact me on Twitter at Mockman, Mockman, as you probably have displayed on the screen right now.
Yep.
I'm watching myself on Skype, so I don't know, man. You could have like all sorts of clown noses on my face and everything, and After Effects. I don't know.
Oh my God! I've never thought about doing that to people. I feel I have. Oh my God! I can do things. Oh wow!
What have I done?
What
have I started?
You created a monster.
You may regret this.
And I'm also at Jason at mockman.com. So.
Cool.
There you go. So if you are looking to hire Jason to do some art, there you go. Contact him there. All right. I think.
Yeah. The chat room's so happy with you right now. They're like, "Oh, followed. That's so cool. Like he'll do that."
Oh my God, I'm getting Twitter notifications. Holy crap.
Well, there you go. So we're not only are we trying to get people to check out your awesome game, but we're also trying to get you more work. Because look, I mean, you're out in San Francisco, so I know what the cost of living is out there. So get this guy. He wants to draw for you, people. This guy wants to draw. I have a buddy who just moved out there to work for Tesla, and he is just he was just shocked at the change in cost of living out there. So
you mean the fact that it's the most expensive city in the U.S.? Yeah, it's bad news. I was born here, man. It's I'm a long. I move out of San Francisco, I die. No, that's not true. That's actually not true at all.
Should move out to Georgia and be like, I'm rich. I'm filthy rich.
I'm going to be out in Providence for the H.P. Lovecraft convention, Necronomicon, in the fall.
So, Providence, Rhode Island?
Yeah.
We actually have a whole bunch of people, part of our network, who live out there. So you said it's going to be at Necronomicon?
Yeah. Its Twitter is Necronomicon PVD. I'll tweet that to you.
I'm actually trying to look that up to see if there's like a website.
I bet Adam would love to meet Jason.
Yeah. Or even Dan, who lives in Boston.
We have a couple folks who are like just starting out, and actually Dan, our buddy who.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dan Lanza, he's a tabletop game maker, and then our friend Adam is wanting to like open his own store, and they live in that area and would like love to pick your brain, and just like say hi. So we'll have to let them know to go see you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be running. I'm gonna be running some games there too. Hopefully.
Cool.
Yeah.
Neat.
So. Very cool. All right, so I think it's unless we ever.
I think we're good.
All right. So here we go. So we're going to ask you some quick fire questions here, and you and I will just alternate. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Oh my god.
There's not very many. It's okay.
And so you just got it's the first thing that comes in your head. All right.
Okay.
No. All right. Favorite TV show right now?
Game of Thrones or Mad Men or Game of Thrones.
Okay. Best video game on a cartridge.
Oh man, Final Final Fantasy VI, man. I mean, when it was called Final Fantasy III, of course.
Favorite?
See, that's why you bought it, Sarah.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna try it out. Like it was on sale for 50% off. It was like $8. It's normally like 16 on iOS, so I bought it for 8. Have it on my iPad, so like I feel that like I'm gonna just be spending a lot more time in the bathroom now. So it's all right. All right, favorite pizza topping?
Everything. Like, you know, the usual. They always have one pizza that's like green peppers, mushrooms, olives, sausage, pepperoni, and then some other junk around, right? You know, yeah.
Okay. Thoughts on Canadian bacon?
It's good, but it's no American bacon.
I appreciate your answer, sir.
You're a man after Sarah's heart.
All right. Best Ninja Turtle?
That would be Donatello.
All right, that's fair.
Name a movie more mediocre than Jurassic Park 3.
Oh my god, man. The last Die Hard movie. So there.
All right. All right. We'll have to share that answer with Jason Anarchy because he went on a tirade about Jurassic Park 3 and its mediocrity.
Oh, I don't know, man. I didn't see Jurassic Park 3. I stopped at 2. I'm like, okay, I'm not.
3 was better than 2, but 3 was very mediocre.
It could be worse than being bad, right? I mean, I saw Battlefield Earth in the theater twice because it was so bad.
Oh,
you saw it twice?
I saw it twice, man. That movie's gold. Of course, each time I bought a
movie is so bad, but whenever it's on TV, I can't stop watching it for some reason, and I always watch it. I'm like, this is so bad.
Each time I saw it, I bought a ticket to another movie and snuck in the theater because I didn't want it counted toward their box office seats, right? But yeah, I saw it twice.
That's fair. All right, and should they bring back the Thundercats?
Yeah, totally, man. I want to see Mum-Ra in all his glory again.
One of the folks in the chat room asked, they just said, from Joe Brewer, he says, best manga.
Oh my god, how am I supposed to answer that?
How are you supposed to answer that?
I like One Piece. I like One Piece a lot. I like Shaman King. I like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. My favorite untranslated manga right now is called I Am a Hero, and it's a zombie manga. It's a fast-running zombie manga with like super violent and realistic and just freaking nuts. It's so much better than High School of the Dead. It's like a jillion times better than High School of the Dead. Anyways.
All right.
Let's see.
All right. Favorite anime?
Evangelion. I mean, that's a tough one too. Miyazaki movies, Evangelion. You know, I mean, I started watching the new JoJo's Bizarre Adventure anime because I love the comic, but I haven't finished it yet because it's pretty good. But I'm so used to imagining how good the animation would be that when I actually see it, it's just like okay. I'm like, you know, if that makes sense. You know.
No. Let's see. Razorfit asked, your Wikipedia page said you had a cameo in Fairy Tail. Which one?
I believe the character is just called Jason. I'm the crazy news reporter who goes around asking the characters obnoxious questions and like spazzing out. It's because I did an interview with the hero Mashima, with Mashima Sensei at San Diego Comic-Con, and I hadn't gotten much sleep the night before, so I was kind of strung out on caffeine, and I apparently made an impression. So yeah, he's a good man. I'm actually very flattered that he chose to portray me in such a positive light, or not like some strung out speed freak. So you know, it is one of the most flattering things that has ever happened to me in manga land.
Razor is really excited in the chat room. They said, oh my gosh, yes, I love you.
Oh, I love you too. Here you go. Okay.
Yeah, Joe asked, he asked which anime, because he says his daughter really is into manga and anime, and he's always trying to find one so like they can watch it together. So
that's a tough call. I just haven't been watching many anime with kids lately, because my wife my wife and I don't have any right now. But I mean, the new Sailor Moon is supposed to be. I've heard that the animation is not very good, but I mean,
love Sailor Moon. Like back when it was on like Toonami and stuff. Like I watched the hell out of Sailor Moon.
Well, they have a new Sailor Moon anime. I believe it's called Sailor Moon Crystal, and it's really it's the same story, it's new updated character designs. No new transformation scenes. So there's that. And, it's a little more family friendly, and also, but however, I've heard the animation is not so great.
Gotcha.
You know,
she's 16 apparently.
Oh, she's 16. I mean, whatever she's into. I don't know, man. She's probably watching weirder stuff than I'm aware of. I mean, you know, I was going to suggest the usual Miyazaki movies. Attack on Titan. I do love the Attack on Titan.
Everybody keeps telling me I need to watch it, and my husband watched it, and he was like, "Oh, Heather, it would freak you out. I don't think you can watch it."
Yeah, it's very freaky, but I love freaky stuff. So
yeah, and see, I'm like, we just had this discussion on Twitter the other day because I was like, I'm not as good at like the visceral stuff. Like I made it through Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and there are some really, there are some just not even like scary. It's just unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, those faces, man. That's creepy stuff.
It's unsettling, and so I like really. What anime? So I watched like Chobits, and I like
Dirty Little Chobits.
I like Chobits.
I don't even know what it's about. I just like saying Dirty Little Chobits.
I watched Yamada's First Time, and then what else did I watch? I just watched Devil's a Part-Timer. So I like the like goofy like romance, you know. Although I'm watching Cowboy Bebop, but like I like the stupid like goofy anime like happy.
Yeah, no, I love stupid, goofy, happy anime. I love romantic comedy anime. It's a tough balance finding one that's you know, it's tough finding the right one that's not just all fan service, you know, but is actually good, you know.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's all we got.
All right.
So we can actually get into the show.
Yeah, the rest of the show.
Thank you for being a good sport about letting us pepper you with questions.
Wow, that was pepper away, man. That was great.
And we are free to completely derail like the rest of our show.
I know there'll be more questions
to ask you more questions.
Yeah, the chat room will probably come up with
that can happen.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
That was part of the contract that you signed.
Okay.
You don't remember.
I'm gonna step away for just a second, and I will return very shortly. And I'm gonna leave. So I'm gonna leave this head for you to look at while I'm gone.
All right,
nice.
that's fine.
Sounds good.
So we're gonna kick off the news section here.
Back real soon. Okay, there we go.
And now and here's some bullshit that happened somewhere.
All right. So let's talk about our photo contest that we have going on. The May themes are up, so make sure you get your stuff in, your dirty little Chobits in.
Dirty little Chobits.
I don't even know what that anime is about. I just like saying dirty little Chobits.
It's about a guy who finds a love doll, and it questions like, can artificial intelligence like in love, and it's actually really good.
So all these years that I've been saying your dirty little Chobits, it actually has been somewhat relevant.
Oh, it's absolutely relevant.
Wow.
It's very relevant, and the girl in it is so adorable. Like
wow,
so
like
cute.
I find like I just remember somebody talking about when I worked at GameStop so many years ago. Like it's a many
cute anime.
It's I was
adorable.
like Chobits, like show me your bits, your dirty little Chobits, and like I didn't even know what it was about. Like I mean, as our listeners know, I'm not necessarily the biggest anime person, but dirty little Chobits.
Yeah.
Those dirty little Chobits. Anyway, so our May themes are up. Go check those out and send in your pictures. Email them to the Sundering Podcast at gmail.com. And we got some good prizes for you. If our website ever stops taking a dump.
What?
We're going to talk with our... See, it's so many people hitting our site that's responding so slowly lately.
Oh man,
I'm really pissed off with our ISP. But anyway.
Brr.
But yes, dirty little Chobits. All right. All right. So, bacon news. And it would probably help if I actually turned on the soundboard when I did this.
This is the king of bacon talking about bacon.
All right. So this is what I got a good one this time. All right.
All right. Let's hear it.
Straight out of Canada, there is a Canadian company.
Straight out of Canada.
There is a company called Maple Leaf that is hiring for a position called a bacon ambassador.
Oh, please apply. Please.
The problem is, I think I have to move to Canada, and I don't necessarily want to do that. But
no, Canada's supposed to be like a great place to live.
But yeah,
explain. I want to know more. What is a bacon ambassador?
So basically, it's a consumer. Maple Leaf is a consumer protein company, as they call it, which I can make jokes about that all day long. But it's a job for someone who loves everything bacon and wants to tell all Canadians about it, and leading marketing communications and promotions and everything like that. So that's where they get me. I don't want to just tell Canadians. I want to tell the world.
Well, it probably could expand.
They're limiting me, and I don't know if I could do that.
But they probably could expand.
Hey, are you sure you didn't misread it? They don't mean like a bacon ambassador in the sense of like a half-elf ambassador? Are you sure they're not looking for one who is of the bacon race to be an ambassador for Canada? I mean, I'm just,
Well, you are kind of... Sir can be kind of piggy, so...
I am a man who loves my bacon.
And you're salty.
He's salty. Yeah, you know what? He's really fucking salty. Yep.
Look, I'm a man who loves my bacon.
I thought you were going to push the button.
Oh, I can.
Yeah, it took me a while to figure out that button.
I mean, and I'm prepared if I get injured on the show.
Oh, I meant to smell those, but then immediately decided it was probably a bad idea. Like, I just feel like it would make me sick if I put that on a wound.
And go figure, you left and you got sick.
I sure did.
Yeah. So anyway, so there you go. There's a bacon ambassador job out there.
Here's the other option. What if it's actually like, what if there's a UN of bacon, and each country has their own bacon they send to discuss bacon-related issues? Let's see how long I can drag this on. Okay.
This is great. This is funny.
I feel there needs to be like a global council on bacon because, American bacon, Canadian bacon, and then there's even like what they have over in Europe. It's different.
So it's like Council of Worms or something. Instead of dragons ruling the world secretly, it's bacon.
Yeah, there's like I feel like I'm part of the bacon cabal. Yes, I like that. I like that a lot. All right, let's get into some gaming news. So first up, this one I thought was really interesting. Nintendo is bringing back their World Championships after 25 years.
Oh.
I feel like I gotta go watch that movie The Wizard again now.
Oh my god, wow. Yeah, do you have a power glove?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That was such a horrible peripheral. Like, it was just so bad. It was such a bad peripheral. Like, it never worked like it did in that movie. It never worked. So bad. But yes, it is coming back.
That's cool.
So yeah, I'm actually, they're going to be, we'll compete in the 14th for the crown, on the 14th. So on the 14th of this month? No, June 14th. So it's going to be held at the Nokia Theater in Los Angeles on the 14th, 2 days before E3. And apparently qualifying rounds will be at Best Buys in major cities across the U.S.
So what will the games be, like Super Smash Brothers or what?
That's what I'm wondering.
Maybe it's Super Special. Maybe it'll be like, it has to be some game that you could probably score some points in quickly.
I want to compete. I'll probably get my butt handed to me. I guess it depends on what it was.
Man, Anyway, so that's
Sarah can tell you I play a mean Super Mario World.
You really do play a mean Super Mario World. You're actually like you remember like because when I played that with you, that was like the first time I played that in like years. I had it plugged in there, but I was playing like Super Mario Bros. Like 1 and stuff. But playing Super Mario World with you, I was like, good God, you remember everything.
It's a fun game.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, so then virtual reality. So Mangaka in VR on the Oculus Rift one day. How will you play that? Well, you need a serious computer. You need an i5 processor, at least 8 gigs of RAM, 2 USB 3.0 ports, and compatible HDMI video output. But most importantly, you need at least an NVIDIA GTX 970. So you need at least
How much is that?
I believe a 970 is $300.
Oh, so you need a lot of money.
Yeah, then that's not on top of getting the actual Oculus.
Actually getting the Oculus, yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. On Newegg, you can get, looks like, I'm going to search for the lowest price on a 970, and it looks like it is $299. No, $306.99 is the cheapest you can get it right now.
Oh, actually, that's not as expensive as I would have thought.
But still, so they haven't released the price of the Oculus Rift. So you got to think, if you don't have a 970, you have to get that, and then you're going to have to pay whatever the price is for the VR headset.
Oh, okay.
So, but in general, if you're building all this from scratch, technically, computer is only going to spend about $1,000, and then whatever the price is for the VR headset. So, virtual reality, it is here, and hopefully, it's not like
so
Nintendo
weird.
VR.
Yeah, right.
Have you tried it out? I hear it's really good.
I've never tried it.
I've actually heard that Valve's is better because they did a digital nose, and it makes people less motion sick.
That's my concern is I'll get motion sickness from it.
Yeah, apparently Valve has figured out that motion sickness is because you need to be able to see a bridge of your nose. And so they created a virtual nose in their VR helmet.
That is bizarre. How would you... Okay.
But it fixes everything, apparently. From everything I've read, it fixes everything.
What if you get phantom nose afterward? Like you start seeing virtual everywhere.
Phantom nose.
Like, you know, in your bedroom late at night, like sticking out of the wall, creepy stuff like that. You know?
I'm pretty sure that they'll have a link to psychiatrists in your area that can help you with that syndrome. I'm sure it'll be a syndrome that they'll come up with.
I don't know if you all have ever seen the Venture Brothers.
Phobia.
I don't know if you've ever seen the Venture Brothers, but there's a villain called Phantom Limb.
I've seen it.
And I just think of like Phantom Limb, like Phantom, like a limb, like a nose, like I don't know. Anyway. Right, so our next bit of news is it looks like there is going to be a cowpocalypse in Diablo 3. So starting, what was that, now? Yeah,
now
right
through the 21st of May, their cows are invading Diablo 3.
So if you go into the game, there are portals that you can find throughout the world. You click on it, and it takes you into cow level.
There's a whole bunch of cows. Just cows all over the place.
Yep. So be sure to check that out before the 21st, because it ends that day. So I'll have to check that out.
It's all a bunch of... And it's on PC and on the console version, so...
Oh, nice.
Who doesn't love just going around slaughtering cows?
Yeah.
Oh, PETA. That's right.
All right, and then finally, it sounds like they dropped the ban hammer.
Yes. So Blizzard dropped a huge-ass ban hammer on Warcraft players for using bots and mods. And it looks like it's mostly around if you're using the add-on Honor Buddy, which apparently would run around and collect honor in PvP and do like other mundane tasks for you. So so you're banned for 6 months. So what do you do in those 6 months if you were banned? You play Mangaka. That's what you do.
You see why we're doing this here? We got you.
So you go play Mangaka. You also go get Haiku Warrior from Jason Anarchy, and then you have 2 tabletop games that you can play and fill the void for 6 months.
You know, I've actually been. I've been thinking strongly about making a like an RPG and like dungeon crawl themed Mangaka deck. I've made one Mangaka deck already, which is an H.P. Lovecraft theme. It's like a Cthulhu deck.
It's like Cthulhu and yeah.
Yeah, so it's all like you can come. It's for telling comic stories about like ancient elder gods and tentacles and stuff like that.
The spiral into madness.
Who doesn't love tentacles? Tentacles everywhere.
Yes. Yeah, but anyways, I've no one's seen that except for people at the H.P. Lovecraft Film Festival where I play tested it. But who knows? Maybe, and maybe dungeons too, because I do like dungeons. I mean the RPG fantasy kind. So.
It's all right, judgment free zone.
We're completely judgment free.
Whatever, you know.
Except when we get into our Foffs and Profs, which we so happen to be starting right now.
Yeah.
Which I should also, once again, start to sound... God bless it. I blame the extra bourbon I just put into this, because I'm feeling it, and I'm feeling pretty good.
You're awful smiley.
Feeling pretty good right now.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool, and fuck you, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Saddam Hussein of Iraq.
Alright, so Jason, this is kind of where we kind of sit in and, you know, just kind of release all of our anger or love that we've kind of built up over the week. So, we're not going to let you go first. We'll let Zia and myself, we'll go first, and you can kind of get a feel for how we roll.
What the heck the heck this is all about?
Yeah. And then we'll get to yours. So Zia, do you want to start?
Yes, I'd be happy to start. So actually last night, I was getting into bed and I've had a sore throat and I'm very like, I need to be loved on and just cuddled and babied. I'm that kind of person when I'm sick. And so I'm in my pajamas and I'm looking to like turn the light of my, you know, like the lamp by my bed. I'm standing there and I go to turn it off and I have, my room is upstairs and it's a sloped roof. And so the roof is like right, you know, right here. There's a spider sitting there, like kind of above my bed, above my lamp, just hanging out. And I screamed. And so fuck that spider. Right before bedtime.
Was it big?
It's big enough.
All right.
It's big enough that it needed to know its place. Mark dispatched of it. He didn't kill it. If it's in my like house, it's dead. Like if I was, because my thought process is if I was out in nature and I was in your web, you kill me. So you're in my house, so I kill you. But Mark likes to save spiders and let them go, so I let him do his thing.
You know, I should have shown you when you were here. I should have shown you my warning that I have to other spiders that want to come into my house. Because going out of my basement door over there, they're like in the crack of the door. So I saw a giant spider about yay big crawling up like the door jamb. So I slammed the door, squishing it, and it is permanently pressed in that door jamb, and I have not removed it. And I leave it there as a warning. You
let it sit there?
It is still there. It's been there for like the past 2 years. And I let it sit there as a warning to all other spiders. Like, do not come in this house. I will fuck your shit up.
Oh, Jason, what were you gonna say?
Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say. But did you like if you were really spider-like, you would drink the spider's bodily fluids afterwards, and actually lure more spiders in and eat them, or not.
Nah. Maybe that would make me more unafraid.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm cool with spiders, man. They eat flies. Now, they eat other lame insects I don't like. But yeah, there's other insects that I hate much more than spiders. So yeah, spiders. They're buds. I mean, no offense. Right. I'll never send any to your houses.
Go look up Australia giant jumping spider, and
I'm good.
Oh my god, I have one. Yeah, they often come and jump on my face, and I let them sit there for a while and pet them. You know, and then they jump off. Fine.
That's horrifying.
Yeah.
That's all.
All right.
That's all I have.
All right. So for me, fuck off to allergies. They fucking suck. This head cold is horrible, but it gives me an excuse to drink bourbon in a coffee mug. So I mean.
Hey.
And then I wanted to just say props once again to Yuzia for coming to visit me last week for my birthday. It was an amazing but short weekend.
That's really fun.
I had a great time.
Yeah, you guys were so like hospitable. It was great. Your wife is adorable, and I have a crush on her.
Aww.
Oh yeah, Jason. So I'm 5'2". I'm short.
Okay.
And I never realized his wife is also like petite, and so it was just like this moment where I was like, oh, you're tiny too. Oh, this is great. Like you're my size, you know. So yeah, she was very kind.
Yeah, most people don't understand how she married me, and I still don't, but I am... It's the long con here. It's a long con. I convinced her, and...
Isn't it great when that works?
It is. What was that movie that came out? I can't remember the dude's name, but he's always in like the Seth Rogen movies.
James Franco?
No, the other one.
Jason Segel.
No, not that one either. God, it's like the
Michael
scrawny
Cera?
dude. No, not that scrawny dude.
All right, I give up.
God damn it. Anyway, so he like starts dating like a girl who's like a 10. They say he's like a 4, and
You sure it's not Michael Cera?
no, it's definitely not Michael Cera.
I don't know which. There's a guy who looks just like Michael Cera.
God damn it.
Could be, yeah.
Hold on.
Jesse Eisenberg? But he's never in Seth Rogen movies. I don't know who
No,
else I'm talking
hold on. I'm figuring it. It's the movie. She's out of my league. I am pulling it up right now. It's Jay.
I swear to God, if you say James Franco.
No, it's Jay Baruchel. Baruchel.
I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there you go. Anyway.
Anyway, right.
All right. So Jason.
Yeah.
You have Foffs, Foffs props.
I want to...
Yeah, oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I want to say fuck off or fuck it to the incredibly inflated price of plastic pre-painted miniatures. Like 10 years ago, I could get like 10 randomized Dungeons and Dragons miniatures for like $10, and now it's like 4 for $20. And this isn't the problem of just Dungeons and Dragons. The Pathfinder miniatures are also outrageously expensive. There's been, I believe it's just, I don't know if it's just inflated plastic prices or whatever, but it's just not, you know, it's hard to put food on the table and put miniatures on the table at the same time anymore. It's rough. I can't just load up on owlbears and gelatinous cubes the way that I could back in the day. Back in my day. So that's fuck that. Although I believe there's some kind of weird geopolitical price of oil things at work or something. And I hate painting miniatures, so I have to get the pre-painted ones.
Oh yeah, mine would look like a.
I don't know, man. Props. I don't know. I want to see the movie It Follows, but I missed it when it was in theaters, and it's not on video on demand yet. So.
Oh.
Oh, well.
So fuck off to that.
No, yes, that's right. I hate it too. Sour grapes.
See, it's kind of therapeutic, right? Like,
Oh, and thank you to the people who signed up on while we were on the show. Michael McLean, Sleet, and MW Chase, and to all the Kickstarter backers, because you all are freaking awesome. And I owe it all to you. Cheers.
One day when Jason here is filthy rich off of his tabletop game, Mangaka, he's gonna look back on this moment and say,
Sundering. Dirty ass show.
We just want to make it to your Wikipedia page. That's all we're trying to do here. All right.
May.
That will legitimize us. That will legitimize everything we're trying to do here.
Sundering.
He was murdered by the hosts of a podcast.
Lost all credibility for appearing on the show.
Downfall of his tabletop and artist and his professional career can be attributed to one podcast.
All right.
All right. So Ro called in for
I'm
last.
excited.
He called in for last week's show, but we went a day early because you were here. Yeah, so
sorry, Ro. I'm excited he called in. I've been thinking about you, buddy.
So yeah, so he called in twice. I put them both together, because that's what I do.
Okay, first of all, Foff to the trained monkeys that never get back to me in a timely fashion. Fuck you. Foff also to Seraphis for thinking that I would be offended at Velvet Dublin's Foff. It's not a big deal. Seraphis, chill the fuck out. Let's see. Foff to Orgorger. Motherfucking Orgorger in normal fucking BlackRock Foundry for being an RNG piece of shit. But that's not the biggest Foff I have tonight, boys and girls. Foff to everyone who decides to buy a fishing or hunting license at a store in person rather than using their motherfucking computer. Now, if they don't have a computer, okay, I dig that. But Foff to everyone who doesn't just get their license or permit for a fishing or hunting license at their own home. And also, Foff to all the other fucking retail stores in my area who decide, oh, their fishing and hunting license systems are broken or their printer's not working. Yeah, big fucking deal. That's a bunch of bullshit. Everyone, fishing and hunting licenses, the struggle is fucking real. This fucking day, I am going to go drink. I am going to go home and I'm going to drink a summer shandy. Just fuck this day.
Did he say a shandy?
I knew the first call wasn't going to be enough to get every single Foff in, but I'm actually done with Foffs. I need to give a couple of props before this is all done. Props to Jangasm for being an awesome mother. Happy Mother's Day to you. Props to every woman on this green planet that ever decided to give birth and take care of their kids and do it right. Props to all of you. Props to everyone who listens to this show and who puts up with my bullshit when I send in Foffs. Foff to me for getting all worked up over some petty hunting and fishing license bullshit. Whatever. Have a happy Sunday. Take care of yourselves. And please, drink one for me.
Look, it's not, first of all, like, I wasn't necessarily thinking that you were going to be offended, Ro, by Velvet. Like, I was actually afraid that other people would get upset for it. Because typically we don't allow people to call out specific names unless they're giant celebrity tools like Kanye. Because, I mean, he deserves it. But you know, fishing and hunting licenses are not petty at all. In fact, you know, I hear you, because the big draw now at gas stations in my area is now we have live bait. Look, I don't care about your live bait. I just want gas and maybe a bottle of water or like Gatorade or something. You know.
Well, apparently the process for doing it for the salesperson's a pain in the ass.
It's ridiculous.
I love when he calls it. I hate when Ro's mad, but like his it's so like venom, like it's like biting, you know. So when he's not mad at me, it's great. I like when he's mad at you. It's funny.
Yeah, well, look. I expect people to get mad at me. That's part of my charm.
Well, I hope your summer shandy. I hope you had a wonderful hand shandy, sir. And thank
hand
you for
shandies.
Calling, hand shandies.
Let's see, and then our favorite British guy, he called in as well.
Oh, Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty called in. That's right. We get calls from the UK because, well, I mean, it's the UK, Jason, and they need some. And this time he called us while he was driving in his car. So once again, we get to hear a good
like the screeching of twisting metal.
Right.
That's going to happen one day, and I'm kind of looking forward to it, but kind of not, because it'll be an interesting story. But like, I hope he's going to be okay, because I enjoy his phone call. So let me play this.
Hello, Sarah Strayford, and yeah, Rick and Morty here for sorry, Big Hill, for my weekly Foff. I'm going to record one because I've been so busy. But fuck off to Sunday shopping. That is, well, shopping in general is not much fun. But the in my local shop, there are several of them. There's like mini versions of the big supermarkets, which have fucking nothing you want, but everything you don't. They're a pain in the ass. So fuck off that. Fuck off to the little snotty kids that keep rubbing their nose, sneezing their hands, and grabbing like all the crisps and sweets and shit off those shelves. Fucking, they're all at it today. I was like, I'll have to find whatever I want, like 5 or 6, behind the front one or whatever, just to make sure that I don't get some sort of kid bug. It's always the children that kind of give you infected shit, and then you end up getting sick from because the other infections that give you whatever. It's weird. So that's bullshit. Fuck off to the stationery. I went to go get there's a lot of stationery in my job, and I went to go grab a handful of those, those paper, little plastic folders for put paper into, sliding into the side of, and the cheap ones are fucking slippery. They're really fucking slippery. I went and I grabbed a whole handful of this ones out of this packet, and literally all of them, bar the 2 that were attached to my fingers on either side, slid straight out and fell over the fucking station room floor. We spent 10 minutes trying to straighten all that crap out, so that's bullshit. Fuck off to cheap stationery. The pens don't work. When you're relying on things, it's just shit. Fuck off to the stapler. If I do more than 10 pages, my fucking stapler ain't fucking working, so that's rubbish as well. Props to Mistress. I had early session this month with her last Thursday, which was cool. A lot of fun. I ended up being tied up with another girl as well in the dungeon, which was good fun. And I was sharing pics and stories because every now and then I get the Mistress takes some in play pictures, so I was sharing those around, which is cool. And telling all. Anyway, that's it this week. You guys are awesome. I'll catch you later. Cheers.
Oh.
So yeah, Jason, when you said you like dungeons, Rick and Morty is why we we actually have a running gag that he was kidnapped by hobos. And,
Steal socks.
And they take his clothing from him, but he is involved in a community of people, and yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. He and then he also calls us when he's in his car, which is completely awesome. I don't know what a crisp. What is a crisp? Like
Chips.
Like chips? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Chips.
Chips. All right.
And an elevator is a lift.
Is a lift? Oh yeah.
I believe. I've never been to Britain. I don't know, man. It's a scary place.
If I ever go, I definitely want to meet Rick and Morty so bad.
Like I don't necessarily just want to. Like I almost expect it at this point. Like I expect if I go out there, like I expect him to meet up with me. I expect to have a pint with him, and I expect him to show me where I could go watch a good soccer hooligan fight. Like I don't want to participate. I just want to watch. I'm like, all right. I want some beer, and I want you to take me to a bar that is known for soccer hooligans, and I want to see them go at it.
Like fighting.
Yeah. Underground soccer hooligan fights. I think that's the thing.
It's not really underground so much. I think that it's pretty public.
Yeah. Okay, I mean that's
There's room for creatures called soccer hooligans. They may have secret battles.
Okay, overground soccer hooligan fights then. How about that?
Like in Zeppelins. Like in flying machines.
Dude, soccer hooligan fights on Zeppelins announced by hobos.
Kickstarter!
Kickstarter!
Yes!
It's a Kickstarter!
Alright, we got an idea here. There's no way this could fail. Alright, let's see, what do we got? Oh, we got
just have a couple more.
Alright, let's see. Joe Brewer says, oh, wow, he says, props to the whole WoW community. That was a serious, scary situation that happened on Twitter. They literally saved someone's life that night. Big props. So for those people who don't know, there was a woman, I think in the UK, who was posting pictures like that she was just done, and posted pictures of pills that she was taking, and people were able to use the internet to find her address and got police and stuff to her house to save her. So.
Oh wow.
Whew. So.
Yeah, that's really
now, I do want to say this. While everyone, I saw a lot of people patting themselves on the back. I'm going to be serious for a moment. Suicide is a very serious thing, and it doesn't end with just one person. So if you know of people who are depressed or make sure they get the help that they need. It's not just about saving one person. It's a serious problem, and sometimes people just need someone to talk to. So don't think that karma saved you this one time because you posted a couple tweets saying don't do it. All right. Mm. I mean, it was a good thing that you all did, but it's not over. So I have had friends who have committed suicide, and it's not a good situation for people left behind. So, all right. Now that I brought the whole mood of the show down completely,
needed to be said. We do that. We have those moments sometimes. We preface it this is serious time. Okay, you can laugh now.
All right.
It's safe to laugh again.
All right. Well, Toasty Posty says, "Fuck off to the wicked wind today that blew down 2 of my fence panels." And he lives in Canada, so he said the wicked wind that blew down 2 of his fence panels. So now I gotta ask the question: was it a wolf? And is there was there a house made of straw that got knocked down earlier?
Was it the wicked wind of the west?
Well,
I was saying, I think the west.
Well, I mean, is he referencing Oz here, or were you talking about 3 Little Pigs here? Just, I mean, Canada is this mystical, magical place that weird things happen in. I mean, they call ham bacon up there. It's a very weird place, and I'm very interested by the fairy tales that come out of that land. So yeah.
All right, and then we got one more Foff from Adams. He says, "A giant, spectacularly angry Foff to the boss fights in Deus Ex Revolution, the Human Revolution. An otherwise fantastic game is marred by your existence. Go die in a fucking fire. Going for a non-lethal playthrough? Well, fuck you, boss fight. Yeah, I'm a few years late on the hate train for these, but I want to finish it before the new one comes out." Yeah, I agree. I played it a few years ago, and I remember being real, you can't get through it. You have to kill certain bosses, I believe. So, yeah, I'm with you.
By the way, Toasty in the chat room says, no wolves around him, but one of his neighbors is a heinous witch.
Ah.
So, alright. So we're going Oz here. This is very cool.
Nice.
Let's see. Oh, Razorfist says, I think the only Foff I'd have is the Virginia slow ass getting us vets appointments. Because dealing with a shredded disc in my neck, pushing on my nerve, is so much fun. You know, just in general, VAs suck. Just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, disc problems are terrible. My dad has them.
Before we do haikus, we did actually have 2 more people who wanted to sneak in questions for you, Jason, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, all right. So Joby says, well, you said where and when can I get this game? Well, you can get it from the Kickstarter.
Yep.
Which we linked earlier.
I'll post the link again in the chat.
If for some reason somebody misses the boat on the Kickstarter, do you plan on offering it through your website, or is it going to be on a third party?
Yeah. We'll try to get it out there and try to find some kind of ideally some kind of game store distribution, or certainly we'll sell it ourselves. So yes, there'll probably be another chance if you missed the Kickstarter, but don't miss it. Don't miss it. Rush now to the Kickstarter.
Do it now.
Run your fingers to the place where you type in things and type them in or something. Anyways, yeah, no, we'll probably have them afterwards too. So
cool. Okay, and then Razor says, I just figured this is a good way of bringing the show full circle here. Are those normal headphones with the built-in mic? They seem to be working really well, Jason. Tell them about your headphones.
They are. These headphones were actually. I don't know if that part was on the video, but They were just, these are mint headphones, which I took out seconds ago after I called my wife asking if we had headphones in the house because I couldn't find ours. So yes, they are brand new headphones, which have never been touched by the ears of man.
So that's what you need, Razor, is a pair of pristine headphones. Well,
Yeah.
are they just iPhone headphones or?
Yeah, they're just plain old, they're just
Apple.
plain old iPhone headphones. That's a good old-fashioned Apple technology or something.
I just want to point out that I don't know if I'm just going crazy or if it's the hot toddy here, which is mostly just bourbon now, but I just now am able to breathe through both my nostrils.
That's a good feeling.
It's glorious. This is amazing.
Oh my god.
You're probably going to see my face just light up on video. If you're not watching us on video, you're just listening to the audio. There was a moment
He's
where
smiling. He was smiling real big.
this is a glorious moment. I'm going to keep drinking.
All right. Well, you should. Yeah. Oh, you should do that and play the haiku bumper because I have haikus. Yeah.
Big titties and ass. She wants to be inside you. Haikus from Zia.
The reaction
was priceless.
Yeah, the reaction from Jason. That was that haiku bummer was made from a fantastic listener of ours and friend. And...
All right, so here it is for tonight. Football hooligans in the London Underground better watch your back.
All right, I got one.
All right, let's hear it.
Fuck spiders and snakes.
Yes.
Farts okay in Mangaka. Has to be a sound.
All right.
All right. Oh, we got one in the chat room there.
Yep. So Joby has two. Zia and Sarah sick. You guys sharing some sickness. You should get checked out. And then he also has another one. Blizz drops the hammer. Botters get a 6-month ban. Should be permanent. Jason, I don't know if you're a haiku kind of person, but if you have...
No, my brain's just like a big pile of cotton fluff. It's like the inside of a... It's like, Sarah, this is like the inside of your nose right now, so it's all stuffed with things. So I don't know. I don't know, man.
Okay. It's okay. I wanted to offer it to you in case you had one, but it's okay if you don't. Ah, curses.
You know, I'm actually interested in if people can pinpoint the moment of last week's show, episode 230, where Z and we both contracted each other's illness.
Ooh.
But that's a challenge to go watch the YouTube video.
I'm trying to remember too. Apparently I was Alright, well, for those who stuck around in the chat room and put their DVRs on, Adam, Chef, Joe B, Okume, that's fun to say, Okume, Razor, Ro, Rob, Steve, Will, Thunder, Toasty Posty, Twilight Dan, Velvet Dove.
Oh, by the way, Steve has a late-breaking Foff. It says, Foff to the trialists of my guild that tried to take charge of a guild raid. Like, seriously. So there you go. Also, it looks like someone else just backed Mangaka, so there you go. Boom!
Nice. Look at that.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god, Chaz Long. Oh my god. This is like a one of those, this is like an old-fashioned telethon. This is great.
This is fantastic.
This is fun, huh?
Wow.
It's nice because
long.
And to celebrate the occasion, Joby wrote a haiku and he said, Mangaka sounds cool, but I see one big problem. Say it 5 times fast.
Mangaka, 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 mangaka. I don't know how many times that was.
It was a lot more than 5, but we're going to give it to you.
And he added, hella hard to do.
I don't know. Jason seemed to do it just fine.
Yeah, well, but I don't know what I think between you and then Jason Anarchy last week, like, the people who listen to this channel, and I didn't really realize it, who listen to the show, really like tabletop games, and so I'm glad that you wanted to come on and talk about it, and we're very honored, and
I'm super happy you guys had me on. You rule. Show success. So, you know. Thank you much. Thanks a ton.
Absolutely.
We love making new friends, especially ones that we can bring down to our level and ruin with our stuff.
Try and ruin their reputations.
So as we've ruined your reputation, your good name, sir, where can people find all the information about you and your projects?
They can find them on mockman.com, which is MOCK and then MAN.com. And yeah, that's my stuff. And it's been a tremendous pleasure being on the air with you guys and sharing a drink with you all in a non-disease exchanging way. You kick ass. So
that's okay. We're going to send some of our disease-ridden network folks to see you at Necronomicon.
There you go. We're going to get you.
All right, save that disease. Go on ice for a couple months.
Razor said, wanted us to say to you, I'm super happy that I tuned in tonight. I love Fairy Tale, and the fact that they made the reporter Jason after you is amazing. Going to support what I can. So
cool, man.
Good
Thanks a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Cool. He's not here tonight, but Ray is our fantastic third chair, and we love him, even though he's kind of lazy sometimes.
He's got the manga background on, I believe, the Bleach background on Twitter too. So you know,
Ray was kind of disappointed that he wasn't going to be able to be here, but he loves Bleach. You know, he likes Attack on Titan. He was a big Dragon Ball Z fan.
Anime, he would have picked your brain like crazy. So he had good reason to not be here. He had a good, like a happy family commitment. So
cool.
Yeah, his shirt actually. It's kind of hard to tell if you're looking at Skype, but his shirt says "nice vibe." Like when we had the person who make it, he wanted it to say like I think Ichigo wears "nice vibe" in the intro, like one of the first intros for Bleach. So yeah,
yeah, I didn't even catch that. I've read a bunch of the Bleach manga, but I haven't followed the anime in a long time.
Yeah, I don't think he reads manga, but I know he like watches a lot of anime. He's really into it. So.
All connected.
So yeah, Rayfist at RAYFYST. And you can follow me, it's Zia at ITSXIA on Twitter.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Seraphis and Zia the show info.
Yeah, you can find all kinds of the show in all kinds of wonderful places. We are on the web at thesundering.net, and we are also on Twitter at thesundering. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/thesundering. And you can see this episode in its video format if you're listening to the audio at youtube.com/thesundering podcast, along with previous video episodes as well. And you can call the show at 323-SUNDER-0 or 323-786-3370. Or you can email the show at thesunderingpodcast@gmail.com. Our intro is courtesy of Boxing Fox. Hooray for ska music. And, of course, thank you to everyone for submitting Foffs, questions, and everything else to our show tonight. Please be sure to check out our guest Jason's ongoing, successful, but you can still donate to it, project Mangaka. And we'll put that link in our show notes. As always, fucking download us. Invite us into your home, your ears, your head. We just want to be inside of you.
Next time we podcast from, I don't know. Zia, you pick. Where should we podcast from next?
The London Underground.
Shit, I could have made a fucking better episode.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
I love the 20.